Okay, I have been playing around with a print that I have on my computer. I think I bought this. I wish I could remember where I bought it. But anyway, I mean as a digital file. And I love it. But what I've done is I've taken it inside of my Silhouette Studio and changed it a little bit. Now, what I had done is I had printed a lovely piece of paper like this, and I wanted it to be double-sided, so I printed this lace. And this one here has the lace and this beautiful fabric on the other side, which is really awesome, I think. So then I played with changing the background of the lace to a blue. Now this is the paper I painted. This is the kind of paper you get with the Amazon packaging, brown wrapping paper. And I painted it with gesso. So you can see a bit of the brown exposed here, but I just slapped on a coat of gesso, and there you can see it as well. And you can almost see the perforation line. Yeah, you can see the perforation line of the various sheets that they pack their goods in. So I painted, then I used various markings of maybe 2 blocks of the Inktense blocks, which are inks. So I just smeared them all over there and added water and sponge and so forth. So you can see the white gesso and the blues of the paint. Now the other side, I did the same thing too. It's mostly the white gesso and then a very faint coloring. Wasn't too happy with it because it turned out, can't really see, but it's more aqua than it is blue. So then I thought, well, what if so that's what this is here. One sheet of the paper that I painted. So I decided to flip it over. Now we're looking at what was once this paper here. And on my computer, I manipulated this lace file so it would have a blue background and white lace. Well, of course, the white now does not. It's not like, let's see, what can I say about that? I guess it's enough off-white that it actually prints. If it were pure white, it would just not print and let the background show. And of course the background would be painted. So that's kind of what I thought would happen. But the lace is not bright white. So it prints in various shades of off-white or gray. But that's what it did. It took the background, this color here, was probably not on this paper right here. And it just smacked it down. Now you can see where the paper is a little more aqua, but isn't that a gorgeous piece of paper? And one thing I do love about it is it has a different kind of a feel to it than regular smooth paper. Now I've been using my Epson printer. It's an ET3760, which is the refillables, and I love it because it just cranks out a whole bunch of stuff. And I've been printing like mad. I mean, for example, this one I printed, and then I printed it again on the back. So, and I wanted to flip the pattern. So if I cut a piece of it, I wanted this part to be on the back, which it is. So I had to flip the pattern, not only mirror it horizontally, but I had to flip it north and south, up and down or whatever. So now this pattern is on this side, but if I use a portion of it, that's on the background. So, and I had originally done just a sheet of paper, by the way. Now one thing I will tell you, when you've done some sheets of paper and you would like them to have a reverse printing and a heftier feel, almost but not quite like cardstock, let me show you what I do to achieve that. In fact, Here's, let's see, that's not the one, but anyway, hold on. Okay, I had 2 sheets of paper, just regular copy paper. You can hardly see, but anyway, this one stops here. So I took one of them, and I wanted it to have a backside. And I had this as a sheet of copy paper. You can almost see, okay, so what I did was, see the shine? I took the original, this one, and I slathered on using a foam brush, a very, very thin coat, making sure I got it pretty much everywhere. See that shine on there? Of Mod Podge. And I used the foam brush because it lays down, I've used various other things, and it lays down the smoothest and thinnest coat. And the Mod Podge that I used, I believe I mixed with maybe half of Elmer's glue, white glue. Yeah, white glue. Not the kind that's washable, but white glue. Hold on, let's see if I can find the bottle. Yeah, it's Elmer's, I'm sorry, I guess it was Elmer's glue that I said earlier. But anyway, it's called Glue All. And you get it at the hardware store, which is the cheaper way to get it. And so I mixed a bottle of this with about the same amount of Mod Podge and a little bit of water. And that's what I coat. I filled the rest of the container. I don't have it here. Sorry for the mess. So anyway, I used a foam brush that I could dip into the container and put on the thinnest coat of that mixture of Mod Podge, Elmer's Glue All, and a little bit of water. And let it dry. And the beauty of it, because it's such a thin coat, oh, it dried maybe in less than an hour. Then I took the 2 sheets of paper, this copy paper and this copy paper, and took it to my little ironing place, which is really a felted fiber ironing thing that I've put into one of my window seats. Plugged in my iron, put the 2 pieces together. I did use parchment paper just in case, a little one on the bottom and a little one on the top, and then pressed it. And what you get is, frankly, cardstock. It feels maybe not as heavy a cardstock as this, but thicker than, here, I don't know if you can hear the sound. This is cardstock, and this is what is a lighter weight. But the beauty is, of course, it is double-sided. So any project that you have where you really want to use a double-sided prints, you can make your own. Of course, you can run them through the printer, just like I said, using cardstock. That's what this one is. And that's what these are. And that's an easy way to achieve it. But if you have paper lying around that you'd like to use, and can't print it for some reason or another, or don't want to, like this thin sheet, if you took another sheet of paper, put thin Mod Podge on it, let it dry, put the other sheet of paper on it, and iron it with a hot iron, you will have this piece right here. And like I say, you can hear it. It's not 2 thin sheets of paper anymore. The Mod Podge is giving it some heft, and it's like a lightweight cardstock, used for tags, cards, almost anything you want. Anyway, that's my 9-minute tip of the day today.